Welcome back to your homework. Today we'll be simplifying rational expressions. This is from worksheet 8.4, numbers 1 through 6. Let's start with number 1. We need to simplify a rational expression if possible. So number 1, we have a rational expression, which is, think rational, think about fraction. So when we simplify fractions, we're looking for really some sort of common factor that we can cancel out. So what we need to do is factor the top of our fraction and then factor the bottom. You can do it opposite too if you can factor the bottom and then factor the top. But let's start with the top of this fraction. If I look at the expression 3x minus 3, I can factor out a 3 out of that. When I do that, I'm left with 3 times x minus 1. Well, I want to think about the factors that I have here, and on the bottom I have a 6. Normally you wouldn't think about factoring that, but I want to be able to cancel something if possible. And I really could rewrite 6 as 3 times 2, and those are two factors of 6. When I do that, my factors of 3 will cancel out, and my simplified expression is x minus 1 over 2. The next problem I'll do is number 6. So I have, looks like I have a quadratic trinomial over a quadratic trinomial. So I'm going to use the method where I have to factor it, or my students will often say unfoil. So I'm going to get 2 binomials on the top, hopefully, and 2 binomials on the bottom. So looking at this, I don't have an a as far as ax squared plus bx minus c. My a is 1. So I'm just going to find 2 numbers that multiply to give me negative 11 and add to give me 10. So I need them to multiply to give me negative 11 and add to give me 10. So if I think about the factors of negative 11, there really are, 1 and 11 are the only factors of 11. If I made one of them negative, for example, the 1, then they could add to give me 10. So those are my 2 factors that will help me create my binomial. So then I'll have x minus 1 and x plus 11. I'm going to do the same thing now for the trinomial on the bottom. I want to find 2 numbers that multiply to give me negative 8 and add to give me a positive 7. Okay, well I can think about factors of 8, and I might start with 1 and 8. If I made one of them negative so that I get a negative 8, to get 7 I could make negative 1. That would add to give me 7, and I'm good. If that wasn't the right factor pair, I could keep trying and try 2 and 4 for 8 as well. But right away I had the right factor, so I'm going to go ahead and plug those in. I'm going to have x minus 1 again and x plus 8. Well, my similar factors will now cancel out again. So x minus 1 cancels out with x minus 1. There I'm left with x plus 11 over x plus 8. I cannot cancel out these x's here. These x's are attached to the 11, and because of order of operations, we would naturally have to do these first, and so we can't cancel out those x's. We can only cancel out factors. So then this again is my final answer. Any questions, please see me or Mr. Daniels, and enjoy the rest of your homework. Only 4 problems left.